Okay, so I'm sure you guys will probably see this gown 1,000 times over because I'm making lots of separate videos for it. But today I'm going to show you guys how to sew on your appliques. I get this question a lot, and I've already sewed on the front. So I am going to go ahead and sew these ones on the back, and then I have these ones going down the godet and the hem of the back of the skirt. So I'm going to show you guys how to sew them on very quickly and effectively by machine. Now, if you guys have a regular home sewing machine like this, it will sometimes do it, but I would invest in a darning foot, or it's a foot for like quilters. It allows you to free motion stitch. I would invest in one of those if you're using a home sewing machine. If you're using an industrial machine, you will be able to do it by just lifting your presser foot and keeping it moving. Okay, so let me go over to my table and I'll show you guys how to sew on this lace.
I'm going to start by putting my needle down and back stitching. Now I'm lifting my presser foot just slightly. I'm not really putting it all the way up, but I'm lifting it just slightly enough for me to be able to free motion stitch across my applique piece here. And I'm kind of going with the motif, making sure that my stitch lines look cohesive with the lace. And I am going all the way around the outside of it to make sure everything is laying flat and we're not getting any puckering. And then after I finish going around the outside, I'm going to make my way towards the inside, still following the motifs. And the reason why I do this is because if you don't, you kind of get that separation between your lace and your satin layer. So you want to make sure that you're securing down at least a few rows of stitching on the inside. And I've been doing quite a bit of alterations lately, and I've noticed that the manufacturers for these dresses actually do like literally 3 rows of straight stitches to secure that kind of piece down. Now I'm here on the applique and I'm doing the same thing. I'm following my motif, going around all of the flowers. I'm not taking really long stitches. You want to make sure that you're not taking long stitches, and then you're also back stitching at certain points, just because if it unravels, you don't want it to unravel your whole applique, just that one portion. And notice I still have my tool backing on the lace around it. I just rough cut it out, so we'll deal with that momentarily. But I'm going to go ahead and zoom through this so you guys can see it, and I'll be right back. She got a booty, but always tiny. Now at this point, I like to make sure that my work is nice and clean. So I'm taking my tiny scissors and I'm snipping all those extra threads off. Now I'm going to go ahead and cut off all of the extra tulle. And I like to do it now because I feel like it's easier for me to do it faster versus doing it before and then just sewing the appliques on. And it's easier for me to pin through the lace with the tulle backing still on. So I'm just going to go ahead and run through that really quick and cut off all of the tulle backing for all of the appliques that I placed. Also, you can use hand sewing if you don't have an industrial machine or darning foot. So I like to thread a needle and make sure that you wax it, make sure it's not too long, and you come up from the underside and then do like a securing stitch. Now, this is going to be sort of like a whip stitch or applique stitch. This is one way to do it. I usually don't do it this way, but I kind of want to demonstrate all the other ways that you can do it. So I'm starting from the inside of the lace piece and I'm putting my needle underneath and coming out right on the outside of the lace piece, and it's kind of the lace, I'm sorry y'all, and it's wrapping around the cording, creating a whip stitch effect. But that takes a really long time and I don't have time for that, so I usually just put in some good size running stitches. I like to lay it flat and go around the entire piece. All right, guys, don't think I left you out. So if you have a home sewing machine, you are still able to do this, but you would have to purchase a darning foot. Some of the embroidery / sewing machines already come with them. Exact same method. Now you guys know I have to plug myself, right? So this is one of my students who has never done this kind of stitch before on the sewing machine doing it. So if you guys want to learn how to expand your business and learn wedding dress making, you guys can register for my August masterclasses. They're over on my website, momthatsews.com. I've got some really good virtual classes for the month of August. Thank you guys so much for your support.